Well, today we're going to make some scrambled eggs and fried bologna. And so some of you don't know what bologna is. Some of you call it bologna, but I call it bologna. That's where I'm from. Got a couple pieces of bologna here. We're just going to kind of lay them on the griddle here and let them heat up a minute. Got a couple good farm fresh eggs here. We'll get those put in a mixing bowl here. Now, the best way to have the best scrambled eggs is to not add any water or any milk or anything like that. I know some people do, some don't. I don't, and I've learned over the years that the best way to make the best scrambled eggs is just to crack the eggs and mix them up. Now, I'll add a little bit of salt and pepper to these too, but we'll go ahead and get this bologna chopped up here a little bit. I just like to have a good little char on my bologna. I don't fry it real hard and crisp or anything, but not a whole lot of prep to this. This is a real easy meal. This is a real easy breakfast you can make if you like bologna, if you like scrambled eggs, which I do. And if you can also make bologna and scrambled egg sandwiches. That's pretty awesome too. But I guess this is a southern dish, but anyway, just wanted to share this with you. This is something I like to eat from time to time, and I've been meaning to make this and show this to you. But we'll get this bologna chopped up here and just get a nice little char on it. We don't want to burn it or anything like I said like that. We just want to get it heated up and kind of cooked through and through. And while that's doing that, we'll go ahead and mix up our eggs here. I got 2 eggs, and you can add however many you like. I mean, typically I eat 3, but I just didn't feel like having 3 today. I thought I'd just make 2. So we'll just add a couple little shakes of salt here, a little shake of pepper here. And like I said, for the best scrambled eggs, I've learned that it's best to not even add anything to it. Just mix it up real good and just pour that on your griddle or in your skillet or whatever you're cooking it in. And you can do this anyway. I mean, you can cook it in a cast iron skillet or you can cook it on a griddle like this. And let me get me a piece of fine china here, ready to plate this up in just a minute. But just let your bologna kind of fry down a little bit and get it to the doneness that you like. I like mine cooked through and through, but not burnt. And it seems to be the tastiest to me. Of course, I like just bologna as it is on a sandwich with some cheese and mustard. I don't know about you, but I like a good old bologna sandwich every now and then. If you hadn't seen my video about the gourmet fried bologna sandwich, I'll leave that in a link in the description and down in the comment area there. And you can check that out, because we certainly make a good old gourmet fried bologna sandwich. We'll get this fried up here a little bit more. It's just about done. Hang with me now, don't go anywhere. And we'll get this fried here. What I like to do on a griddle, I like to make walls. I separate it out because, your eggs will tend to run until they start to firm up a little bit. So I just kind of, I know which way my griddle, whichever way the grease is going to run. So I make me a big wall on that side so my eggs don't run over into the grease trap. And I just kind of pour it a little bit on there. I don't pour the whole thing in there. I pour a little bit at a time and let them start to firm up. And then I add the rest of them gradually. That way I don't end up with a big mess. My wife says I'm like a bull in a china cabinet sometimes. I tend to make a mess. She loves my food, but she says, "You sure are messy when you cook, Mike." But that's just the way it goes. First your money, then your clothes. I can't help it. That's just how I am. That's how I roll. But anyway, we'll continue to pour this egg mixture in here, and you can see it starting to firm up out around the sides of the bologna there. And man, I want you to watch this. Look how that just scoops right up on there, so clean and nice. Some people say you can't cook eggs on cast iron. Well, if you got a good seasoned pan, look at that, how that just flips right up there. Man, oh man. You can certainly cook eggs on cast iron if you keep your equipment up in good shape, good season and everything. Now, one thing talking about that, I didn't put in grease or butter or anything on this griddle. This was just seasoned. I just lit the stove and put my bologna on there and started grilling that. and then I added my eggs here. So, you know, you didn't have to have any kind of grease or butter to help season it or help these eggs cook. We'll go ahead and get these eggs. They're starting to firm up. We'll get them incorporated into this bologna here, and just kind of let them cook a little bit more. I want to flip them a little bit and let them get cooked on this other side also, just for a few seconds. It don't take long. When you get to this point, they're just about done. So, you know, you don't want to overcook your eggs. That's one thing I don't like, man. I just do not like scorched eggs. So we'll kill the heat here and plate this up on this nice fine china this morning. Oh, look at that. I mean, big old chunks of scrambled eggs and bologna. You can't beat that. I'm telling you right now, you just can't beat that, folks. If you've never had this dish, you need to try it. It's real simple, doesn't take very long. You see, it's only taken me a couple minutes. And I like to eat mine with a spoon, you know. I mean, my wife picks on me sometimes because I eat nearly everything with a spoon. I want to be able to get a mouthful when I get a bite. I don't want to. It's like her dad said one time, somebody give them a bowl of chicken noodle soup and they'd show up with a fork. Well, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to show up with my spoon, and I'm going to get me a good spoonful. So let's give this a taste test and see what she looks like. I know it's tasting good, smelling good anyway. Look at that steam. Oh, yeah, that's pretty good right there. Good old fried bologna and scrambled eggs. Now, you could add cheese to this if you wanted to or something like that, but just scrambled eggs and bologna is just fine with me. Thanks for watching, folks. It's Mike over here at Mr. Cast Iron.